Sounds like a job from the days of gold panning, pickaxes, donkeys. But this week, a surprising number of Arizonans cast ballots in the race for state mine inspector.
Yeah, in fact, Arizona is the only state to elect one. It is a role that many just don't know a lot about. Frankly, anything about. Here's a look at the numbers, though. Republican incumbent Les Presmyk picking up more than 490,000 votes, the most of any candidate in the primary on Tuesday, the most out of anyone. In November, he will face Democratic challenger Brian Matlock. So what exactly does the mine inspector do? Megan Spector is here now to explain. Megan.
Take a look at this map. There are more than 400 active mines across Arizona that fall under the state mine inspector's watch. Nearly 1 million voters weighed in on this race during Tuesday's primary. But how many know what the job actually entails? We sat down with both candidates to clear up the mystery.
A lot of folks don't know what the mine inspector does.
99% of the people, when I ask that question in an audience, nobody raises their hand when I ask them, what do I do?
A shared perspective from both men on the ballot. So what does the state mine inspector actually do? Forget old school prospectors panning for gold. Both candidates say the job boils down to one fundamental mission: safety.
It's all about safety. The safety of miners, and by miners, it's anybody that steps onto a mine site to work, whether they're employees of the mining company, contractors, consultants.
A miner is expected to go home without injury and without distress, and that's basically what the job of the mine inspector is.
On top of site safety, the inspector enforces state mining laws.
Just that the legislature has set out a bunch of rules and guidelines that says this is the way a mine is supposed to operate, and the mine inspector, as an office, we go in and we check those mines to make sure that they are complying.
Governor Katie Hobbs appointed Republican Les Presmyk to the role last September after the previous inspector resigned. He faces Democrat Brian Matlock this November.
I bring 41 years of mining experience as a mining engineer to this job.
And as a mechanical engineer, I have literally decades of heavy industry experience, which includes mining operations here and around the world.
There are more than 400 active mines in Arizona.
It's about the safety of the 29,000 people who work directly at mines, another 70,000 that work indirectly at mines.
We got a man that fell down a shaft. It's approximately 100 feet deep.
And the inspector's duty doesn't stop at active job sites. It extends to the public as well.
We estimate that there are another 90,000 abandoned mines out there that should have some sort of hole on them. And so we're out looking for those and fencing them and securing them so the casual hiker, ATV or four-wheeler, whatever, doesn't fall in to one of these holes and get hurt.
The requirements to hold this position are extensive for a role that only pays $50,000. By statute, candidates must have at least 8 years of operational and management experience in mines, including a minimum of 4 years within Arizona operations, which both candidates do have. In studio tonight, Megan Spector, Fox 10 News.